Well, hello everybody and welcome back to Lisa's Coloring Corner. Today I wanted to finish this cute princess out of the Princess Coloring Book from Daisiejoy. And we were coloring this cutie pie. And yes, I definitely screwed this up. This should have been the other sleeve, but it is what it is, right? Okay, so I was going to get out my Sharpies because the master markers are just too big to get into some of this finer stuff. And oh my gosh, remember the color charts, but I forgot to bring the Sharpies. I'll be right back. All right, we are back. Jeez, Lisa. We're starting out with a bang. Let's get this picture to lay down better. Alrighty, so let's do these hearts in red. And I got my handy dandy little color charts, of course. So let's use racy red. And my Sharpies and Amazon Basics I have in this case. These are my ultra fines. So then I have my Amazon Basics back here because they're very similar. I do have a few of the Sharpie pens also in here. And then the rest of my Amazon Basics. These I just put a label on and numbered them. These I took a long time, a lot of Googling and searching, and I pretty much figured out what color was what. So then I made a clear label with my label maker and I put the name on each marker so I know what color is what. All right, so we said we're going to use racy red. Next, this one. Okay. I was using my Sharpies and Amazon Basics in the living room and that's why I forgot them. Let's zoom you in a little bit. Okie dokie. Let's see if we can get this little princess done tonight. And I did say in the last color in chat that I was going to get out my, these are the Kuritaki's Starry Colors. And I have never used these. I want to put some metallic on like her crown and these jingle bells coming out of her hair. So we shall open these up and try these out. I am not a great watercolor person. I think I have used watercolors, true watercolors in the pans maybe once. So this could be an epic failure, but we'll find out. If I can do it, anybody can do it. So how is everybody? I am recording this on Wednesday night, but I think it will be going up on Friday. I have a couple other videos that I just got done recording, and those are going to be going up before this video. While I have the chance to record, I like to record a few ahead of time. So the kiddos just left a little while ago, so I thought I would get a few videos made yet tonight because tomorrow night there's a whole bunch of good shows on. I don't like recording on Thursday nights. It's hard for me to record at night anyhow. By the time the grandkids leave, I'm kind of burnt out. I love them to death. I really, really do. But it can be trying after a while to watch them every day for, 9-10 hours. Levi was in such a good mood today, though. Wow. I think that's the best he has been since I started babysitting him. He was just so much more content today and actually laid on the floor for a while. I have, one of those mats you can lay them on, and then there's some toys above them to look at. And he actually laid on there for a while. That doesn't always happen. Okay, so let's color in all of these stars, and I am going to color them in yellow. So what yellow? Let's just take, I kind of like the yellow in the Amazon Basic. Well, no, let's take the yellow from the Sharpie. They're almost identical, but no. On second thought, come on, Lisa, make up your mind. I'm going to use this one. I used the Amazon or the Sharpie one for, there was a ton of background in the picture that I'm doing in the living room right now, and it might be going dry, so we're going to use this one instead. Now these Amazon Basics are pretty much identical to the Sharpies. They're very reasonable, and you can get them in the ultra fine and the fine tip, just like the Sharpies. I will link these down below too. I really like them. They're really nice to use in pattern books and mandalas especially. If you have any type of, you know, little bit finer designs in your mandala, these work great. Okay, now of course, once those stars dry, they're going to lighten up. I actually probably could have used the regular fine tip on here rather than the ultra fine, but that's okay. Anybody have big plans for the weekend? I know Halloween's getting closer and closer. That also means November's getting closer and closer. Before you know it, it'll be Thanksgiving. Then starts the mad rush for Christmas shopping. Oh. Who out there goes out for Black Friday shopping? I always did, every single year, and I actually quite enjoy it. I know, I'm nuts. I love the Christmas season. It's my favorite holiday. And, oh, this one's going to take a while to do. But I don't have my just regular fine tips here. Probably could have colored this one in with the master markers. But yeah, I really enjoyed going shopping. I don't do it so much anymore. I may this year though, depending on what's out there. I used to go overboard on my kids every year. Oh my gosh. And I don't do that anymore. So, you know, when they were kids, it was so much easier to buy for them. You know, it was toys. You kind of knew what your kids were into, you know, what they enjoyed playing with. And I used to get this, I can't even remember the name of the catalog, but it was very reasonable stuff. And both my younger two, the two that were living at home yet, Cameron and Mallory, they would each go through this catalog, and they'd each have a separate colored pen. One would be red, and I don't know if the other one was blue maybe. And they would each go through the catalog, and they would circle in their particular colored ink things that they would like for Christmas. I still remember that. And it made it easy for me. And then, of course, you know, I'd find a few things that I wanted too. So, yeah, I did a lot of my Christmas shopping out of that catalog. But then, yes, had to go out for the Black Friday deals too. So on Thanksgiving, my daughter and I would always be busy looking through the whole stack of sales papers that you get in the paper that day. I don't know if they do the same thing by you. But yeah, that day's paper is thicker than thick, and it cost a fortune. But so yeah, we'd go through the sale papers, write down what we wanted from each store, write down the hours that, you know, when the store opened, because of course they all open at different times. And I do think it's kind of a shame that so many of them now open and start Black Friday on Thursday, on Thanksgiving. You know, these people should be able to enjoy Thanksgiving too, rather than have to, you know, be in the store by, well, probably that morning, prepping, you know, for the mad rush. We had, which store was it? Was it Walmart? It's like they're opening earlier and earlier. I think one opened at, was it 4 in the afternoon or 5? And then one would open at 6. Can't remember when Kohl's would open. A couple years in a row, I stood in the Kohl's line for their opening, and oh my gosh. We'd be, you know, all the way around the building. And of course, it's nasty and cold every year. One year, when my kids were really teeny, there were a number of things I wanted at Best Buy. And you know, I went out and I waited in that line starting at 3:30 in the morning. Oh my gosh. And it was windy, and when it's cold and windy, if I don't have my ears covered, which I never do, and I have short hair, so wind gets in my ears really easy, but I get really bad earaches. Just like if I'm swimming and I get out of the water, if it's windy at all, I get earaches. Not that I go swimming really anymore, but now that we got this house in Merrill, it has a swimming pool. So I may be swimming again. Not that that was a requirement, you know, for buying a house. It just so happens to have come with it. Anyhow, yeah, I was really hurting that year because, yeah, my ears were kind of hurting. Alrighty, let's see. Let's do these guys. And what color should we put around the hearts? Let's look at our handy dandy chart. Do we want to go with, let's see, what goes with red? Let's look at the Amazon Basics. I do not know. Boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. You can tell I don't plan these out at all. Should we go with some blue? Why don't we do that? Let's get out a Sharpie. Let's go with aqua blue, nano blue. Nano. For you young'uns, you probably have no idea what I'm talking about. Nano. Anybody else remember Mork and Mindy? Techno blue, brilliant blue. and turquoise and nano blue with Robin Williams. Oh, he was so funny. He is greatly missed. I always thought he was hilarious. He could sometimes drive you crazy. It's like he was a bundle of energy. He would talk so fast. But he had so many good movies. Boy, this is going to take longer than I thought. If I don't get this done tonight, I'm not going on to another part. I am just going to stop the recording and then I'll finish it in another session, but I'll combine them into one video so that there's only 2 parts to this color and chat. Because, yeah, I don't think I'm going to get this done tonight. Not working with these ultrafines anyhow. That's okay, because it's getting a little late. And I want to at least get these rendered tonight. This is my 3rd video right now, so let's do these circles. Don't know what to do for the background on this one. Maybe I'll do the, well, what should we do for the rim outside? Maybe let's do the rim in the racy red. And then we'll just have to decide on an inside color. Oh, back to my Black Friday shopping. You know, when I went to Best Buy, though, and stood in line for at 3 o'clock or 3:30 in the morning, there were 5 things that I really wanted. And, you know, I got all of them but one. So, yes, I waited in line. So it's just amazing what you do for your kids, right? What a good mom. But people are just nuts on Black Friday. Oh, it's just boggles my mind how crazy people can be. It's supposed to be the season for giving. Oh, not the season for nutsiness. Okay, let's do a lighter background. I just want to do something colorful. So what would be colorful in there? I don't know if I want to do a pink or a purple. Purple might be pretty. What shade of purple? Light purple or dark purple? Maybe we'll do a light purple there and a dark purple there. So let's go for ultraviolet for in there. Boysenberry, ultraviolet. Okie dokie. So yeah, any of you battle the crowds? I know some people go to the mall downtown on Black Friday. There is no way on this earth I would battle the mall on Black Friday. Although, lately, our mall is dying. You know, it was such I don't want to say a fad, but you know, malls were just popping up everywhere, and now so many of them are closing. They're tearing them down, at least around here. I don't know about you guys, but yeah, and ours is really dying out too. We used to have 3 big anchor stores in there. We had JCPenney. That was the first anchor store to go out. That was quite a number of years ago. And then we had Sears, and that went out a few years ago. And the other anchor store we had was Yonkers, and that went out too a year or two ago. So we have no big anchor stores left in our mall. Yeah, we just had this past year Home Furniture, a big furniture place, take over Sears, the area Sears was in. And the other two spots are just periodically used for, let's see, what was it used for last? It was some charity thing, some get-together. And because they needed a large area, they used the JCPenney area. But yeah, I'm thinking that that mall is eventually going to be closing, which is just going to kill our downtown businesses. All of the small downtown businesses, you know, they relied on a lot of the foot traffic from people that came down from the mall. I'm going to use purple then. And yeah, I mean, many of these are just, you know, really teeny tiny businesses, and if they don't have that foot traffic, boy, yeah, they're gonna be hurting. So there goes our downtown. And I know Wausau has really been working on trying to build up the downtown again. They've been putting in housing, because we have some very, very old buildings, historic buildings downtown, and so they've been restoring those and either converting them into housing or building new housing. Just trying to keep businesses going down there. So I hope it does. Times are a-changing. Like I said, malls just used to be such the big thing. I was never a mall shopper, because they have to pay such high rent for each of those little shops. So to me, malls were quite expensive to shop in. I mean, they did have their specialty shops, which was nice. Well, let's do racy red in here too. Like I said, I don't know what these things are on the outside, but I'll just color them red also. What about by you guys? Do you have malls? And if so, how are your malls doing? Are they still doing okay? We've had a number of malls in neighboring cities that have already shut down. Let's do a color similar to this. Let's do turquoise. Just so we can get some of that up in the crown. I probably should have done this when I had my master markers out. But I don't have them out, and I'm not going to take the time to do that. Won't make you suffer through that. Okie dokie. So I'm going to keep this out. Oh no, we were going to do some rainbow colors in here, weren't we? Okay, so let's get back out the yellow. How would if we do yellow, orange, and red, maybe? That's not enough of rainbow colors, though. Let's do red. Red. me look at my chart again. Yeah, why don't we do red? What colors of the rainbow do I want? Red, green, blue? Well, let's go for that. Red, green, blue. Back to our racy red. And maybe we'll do some purple bubbles. She's going to be very colorful. Kind of wanted to get some rainbow colors back in because of the rainbow behind her. 1, 2, 3, 4. So maybe I'll do yellow down there. We'll do the red here. I'm trying to color sideways here. Doesn't always work real well. How many of you have actually gotten some Christmas shopping done already? I actually did order a couple of things. I normally am not this with it, but I seen a couple of things for, one for Maddie and one for Levi. That Maddie is such a little princess. She, at her other grandma's house that she goes to 1 day a week when I get a break, her other grandma paints her fingernails and, you know, does stuff like that with her. And so she's always pretending when she's by my place, and she'll pretend with the goofiest stuff, you know, like she'll get stuff out of my one drawer in my end table, and she'll just get out, like, what did she pretend? Oh, I can't remember what she was putting fingernail polish on for pretend. And then she had a little buffer, so then she'd have to buff each one of my fingernails, file them down. It's so cute. All right, so let's do the yellow in here. Yeah, she has quite the imagination, and she likes, you know, she likes me blow drying her hair, even though it doesn't need blow drying. But I have to, yeah, see, this one's going dry. Let's get out my Amazon Basic again. And but I do have a spare one of those, so I'll just have to get that one out. So yeah, I got Maddie it's a little kit. It's, what do you call it? Not a dress-up kit. I guess you'd call it a primping kit, if you will. And yeah, it has a little pretend blow dryer. And, oh gosh, what is all in it? I can't think. What is this one? Green. No, that's too dark. Let's do Galaxy Green. And yeah, I think there's a comb in it. And yeah, the blow dryer. I can't remember what's all in it, but I thought I seen it and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is right up her alley. So yeah. And then there was this cute, for Levi, there was this cute ball. It's a rather, you know, it's bigger, and it's got you can roll it, and it's got like rattle type things on it and things for him to play with. So I thought, oh, maybe he'd like that. Whether Heather's going to leave it here for them to play with or whether she's taking it home, I don't know. That's totally up to her. Heather was thinking of getting something for Maddie similar to what I'm getting her anyhow, Because, yeah, she is so into that. And she always pretends she's dyeing her hair. She's coloring it, you know, like purple or, you know, pink or whatever. And I have no idea where she got that from. And Heather told me that she really likes watching this. I don't know. The shows are so different nowadays than when my kids were little. And I guess they do that a lot where they color their hair all, you know, with that temporary hair color. I was tempted to get her some of that too. I got to talk to Heather about it first though, because it washes right out. I just wouldn't want her to get it everywhere, you know. She is only 3, so, but I bet you she'd have great fun with it. But yeah, I wouldn't want her to get it everywhere, and I think this temporary hair stuff is kind of maybe meant for kids that are a little bit older. So, yeah, I definitely would want to talk to Heather about that first. She may get a little mad otherwise. It's like, Mom, why did you do that? Oops. Because grandmas are allowed to. Right? Grandmas can do anything. Get them hyped up on sugar, send them home. All that good stuff. Grandma and grandpas are made to spoil grandkids. That's why it's worth raising kids, just so you can enjoy your grandkids, right? When you're younger and so busy with life, and you just, you know, you don't have time. You have to discipline them more. Let's go with Techno Blue or Blue. Let's do Techno Blue. And yeah, you got to discipline your kids. You can't spoil them, right? Well, that's where Grandma and Grandpa come into play when they have their kids. Unless, of course, and this happens more and more frequently, the grandparents are the guardians of the kids. Because so many times now our kids are, you know, little girls. I mean, not real little, but, you know, they always say babies having babies. Some kids are so young when they have a baby by accident. And it ends up being the parents that end up raising that child more than the child. I mean, what 15, 16-year-old truly can handle raising a baby? They have to get through their schooling, or they're really going to have problems in life. And it's been happening so often. I mean, I can't talk. I did have a baby out of wedlock, and back then it was not nearly accepted like it is now. I was 18 though, and I was working. I had already graduated, thank heavens, but still, it was hard. I still lived at home with my parents. I didn't even have a car yet. So my mom would get my oldest daughter ready in the morning, because she left for work before I even got up for work, and she would drop Tanya off at the babysitter's for me, pick her up after she was, you know, dead on her feet working all day. And I am way off to the side, ain't I? Sorry. Wasn't quite off camera, but yeah, so I mean, and at the time, you know, kids don't appreciate their parents. Now I look back and I'm like, oh my gosh, the things that my parents, especially my mom, sacrifices that she made for us kids. Oh my gosh. It's unreal. Like I said, at the time you're growing up, you don't appreciate it. But boy, oh boy, once you grow up, you realize, and especially once you become a parent, you realize what your parents all did for you. Unfortunately, it takes that long, right? Alrighty, yeah, let's do a purple for the bubbles. So we are going to do that dark purple's too dark. And I don't like that one, so what's the purple in the Amazon Basics? Yeah, let's do the purple. I didn't bring the Bics over because they're in, I leave them in the original case that they come in, that plastic case, because the casings that the Bics come in are so nice, both the fine and the ultra fine. So believe it or not, that is one of the very few that I leave in their original packaging. And I kind of have second thoughts about, I don't know if you've seen my master marker swatching video. I also showed you a big honking case that I was going to be putting the master markers in. Even though the master markers do come in two very nice plastic cases, set A and set B. There's 80 in each box. I wanted them all together, so I was going to put them in this big marker case. But the more I'm thinking of it, I may just leave them in those boxes, because when I was coloring the first part of this, it was, you know, as I was looking at the color chart, it was really kind of nice not having to flip through to find the marker I wanted. And yeah, they're in two separate boxes, but that's okay. It was easier to find the color that I needed and to put it back. How does her dress look? That looks kind of bizarre, but I wanted it colorful. So all we have left then are the roses up here, and then adding the bling. So what color rose? I'll probably, I don't know if we'll go with two separate colors or if I'm just going to do them real plain. Well, let's go ahead and make them red so we can bring in a little bit more of the red. And maybe we will do two different tones of red. So I think I'll go for Solar Flare Red and red. Okay, let's get out those two. Solar Flare Red. There's red. Where the heck is Solar Flare Red? Because that's up higher. That's after Orion Orange. Oh, boy. No wonder I didn't find it, because the cap looks rather pinkish. Interesting. But yet Solar Flare Red, well, I guess it is kind of that color. I wanted something lighter. Okay, so let's see. Let's do a dark center on these. What time is it getting to be? Oh my gosh. I didn't think it was that late already. I may. Well, for you guys, it'll be a pause. For me, it'll probably be tomorrow night. Well, no. Shows are on tomorrow night. Might be Friday night then before I finish this. Let's do some little bit, oh my gosh, a little bit lighter reds around that. And we'll just kind of alternate going out. I wish my parents were still around, especially my mom. You know, just so you'd have more of a chance to say thank you for all you've done. Because of course, you know, when they're alive, you think they're going to be alive forever. You know, you never take the time to really, truly thank them for all they've done. And yeah, would have been nice to have said something. I mean, yeah, we were never how do you want to say it, a huggy type of family like so many are nowadays. I am so glad that that is, I don't want to say coming back, because, you know, when I was growing up and stuff, I know some families did, but it seems like back in the day, you didn't show that as much as you do now. You know, more parents are hugging their kids, and that's awesome. Like I said, we were not a hugging family until, you know, Mom got older and stuff, and then we always hugged her, gave her a big hug before we left. And now we always, you know, when my sisters and I get together, we always hug each other. Now, these are the next round, even though it's going to be whiter next to each other. Hate putting the same color next to each other, even in my patterns. Bugs the heck out of me. So, I think I will finish these red roses tonight yet, and then for you, it'll just be a pause. For me, it will be probably a couple days before I finish this, because now that I have the kids on Friday, I won't be able to color during the day and finish this up, so it'll have to be Friday night. You know, I'm always afraid when I do color and chats that I'm going to run out of things to talk about. I guess that's one reason why I get nervous doing a color and chat, because I always think I'm going to run out of stuff, and it's like, okay, it's a color and chat. Chat is part of it. I don't think you guys want to just sit here and watch me color. If you're like me, you're probably coloring yourself. I know that's what I love to do. I love color and chats. They're my favorite videos. Between that and looking at people's supplies and how they have everything organized, when they do like tours of their either craft room or their coloring area, I love watching those videos. If and when we ever manage to move, no, I shouldn't say if and when, I will just say when. Positive thinking, right. I am going to have my craft room upstairs. Biggest problem is going to be trying to get this big honking heavy desk upstairs, and I'm still not sure how we're going to do it. I'm going to be helping. I'll be the one at the top going, a little more to the right. Nope, too far. A little more to the left. You got it there, straight up. No, that was too far to the left. I now have a hole in my wall. I just hope it fits up them steps. That's what I'm worried about. Because this desk is so wide. It's actually a little bit shorter by an inch than it is wide. That's how deep this desk is. It's a big desk and so heavy. I really don't know how Bob and I, just the two of us, managed to get this in this house. I know we brought it through the patio door here. That much I know. But how the two of us managed to get it in here, I believe Bob had it on a dolly. But moving it into place and everything, oh, yeah. Because, boy, I don't know how many hundreds of pounds this thing weighs. And then I have the L part of it over there. So I got my great big desk here that's very deep. And then I have the L part of it over here. But that one's not as wide as this. And I have the risers up on the top here too. The risers come off though, so. But I'm hoping we can get the drawers out of this thing. I'm assuming we should be able to. There is no way I want to clean out all the drawers of this thing. Oh my heavens. Would give me a good opportunity to clean them though, because boy oh boy, they are smashed full of this, that, and everything. That actually looks kind of nice, doesn't it? I'm glad I went with the two tones. Those go together really nice. I have to remember that. Okay, so then we got the green leaves. Oh, here we got hearts. I wonder if I should use the same reds and go out. Let's do that quick. Yes, let's. We'll start, let's see, dark, light, or light, dark. Decisions. Let's end up with the dark one on top. There I go with my thinking when I'm doing patterns. I do put a lot of thought into when I'm coloring my patterns. My design books. I haven't actually colored a pattern in a while. I've been coloring out. I don't know if you've seen my flip through of the new mosaic books I got. One was a Halloween one. Well, I already did 2 pictures out of that. Oh my gosh. Those books are so much fun. And the circles aren't real teeny, so they're easier to do. Oh, just a blast. And now I'm doing one out of the tropical book, and it's a beautiful parrot, because of course when you start it out you have no idea what it is. And so yeah, I'm just starting at the front of the book and work my way through. So I showed 4 of this new brand of book that I found with the circle mosaics, and yeah, I bought 4 of them, so I want to do 1 picture out of each, at least one. And I am trying them with 2 different markers because I had 2 different brands of markers already figured out for the color palette that's needed in that those books. So it worked out really good that I have the colors all figured out already. For 2 different markers. The first one I did was with my Statler double-ended, and those worked really good in there. And then the second one in the Halloween book, and now this one I'm doing in tropical, I'm doing with the ultrafine Sharpie and Amazon Basics, and they are working great in there. I love them. So this is where I am going to leave it for now. We got at least a little bit farther. Oh, got to do these hearts. Let's do that quick too before then I know at least where I am going to be ending up. Otherwise, I'm going to forget what reds I used. I think I already forgot. Golly gee. Solar Flare red and red. Okay, I did grab the right ones. Now we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Of course it wouldn't end up the same. Why would we want to do that? Zoom you back in a little bit. I apologize. I didn't see that there were hearts over here too. But might as well get done what we can get done. Then I think I'm going to do these flowers in blue, and there we have more hearts. Okay. So then I'll just have the blue flowers to do and the leaves, and then we'll add some of the metallic. So shouldn't be too much longer, but it's just getting kind of late for me. I'm getting tired. At least I'm not yawning in your ear. Okay, and then I'll probably take a little break, and then I'm probably going to color and finish up that tropical picture that I'm doing of that parrot with these, and then because I only have a little bit more to go. I have the blacks and a gray to do yet, and then that one's done. Wanted to finish it up quick before I started this video, but I knew it was going to take a little longer than what I thought. Oh, we got to do this lighter color here too. I missed a petal. All right, and that's a darker. Missed a petal there too. Boy, oh boy, can tell it's getting late. Okay, whoops, I need the dark yet. I'm gonna put that one on the side. See, I'm running out of things to talk about. Sometimes I'll write some things down. You know, something happened during the day or whatever, and it's like, oh, that would be a good thing to talk about. But I haven't had anything to write down. So it's just kind of like, okay, whatever comes to my mind. I'm really envious of those color tubers who do color and chats and can just talk off the top of their head. Yes, I'm talking about you, Mama Fruit Bat. You know, she'd do these 3-hour videos and can just jabber, jabber, jabber about, you know, this, that, and the other thing, and it just all comes to her so naturally. I have a hard time coming up with stuff. So what I may do if I, you know, do run out of things to talk about, I have a book that we can pull some questions out of. I can't remember what the name of the book is. Is it called This or That, or Would You Rather? I can't remember. But yeah, it's just a real teeny tiny little book, and it's got all kinds. It's like, you know, maybe like this, but really thick, and it has, yeah, a whole bunch of those things. So I thought, oh, that might be fun to do. Bought it quite a while ago, and I actually never got it out yet, so we could maybe do that. That way I won't be so nervous if I'm running out of things to say. Alrighty. I am going to leave it here. We'll just do the blue flowers, the leaves, and then the little, we'll get out these metallic watercolors. I think that's what makes me the most nervous because I've never done it. So we shall see together how it goes. But yeah, okay, I'm going to leave it here. Again, for you, it'll be a second or two. For me, it'll probably be a day or two. So we will catch you later. Hello, I am back. I was gonna say welcome everybody to Lisa's Coloring Corner. It feels like I'm starting a video over, but for you it's just been a second or two. For me it's been a couple of days. So let's get back to this page and just finish it up. There's hardly anything left to finish on it, just the leaves, a couple flowers, and then yes, we are going to get out these Kuretake called Starry Colors. And they're a real metallic type of watercolor paint. Now I do have a couple of these type. These are the two Kuretakes that I have. This is the pearl colors. Aren't they gorgeous? And I have not used them yet. And then I did want to try these. These are the gem colors. So, oh, aren't them colors beautiful? They're the same color as what's in the pearl, except for there's a purple in this one, but these shades are all a little bit darker than the pearl colors. So yeah, if I end up liking this to put the gold on here, then I am hoping to possibly get out these other ones and maybe add some enhancements to future pictures. I've had these for a while, I just have never used them, so we must start using some of our coloring supplies. Okay, so let's do these leaves. What color do I want to do them? Let's do galaxy green, and let's zoom you in. Okay, is it close enough? All right, galaxy green. Almost forgot to bring my Sharpies over again because I still have them in the living room where I am coloring and using these. So I know I asked this in the beginning of this video for you, so I'm not going to ask it again about how is everybody doing. It is now Saturday. I did mean to get this done last night, Friday night, but it got to be a very, very long day babysitting. Heather had to work late, and Levi was just not a happy camper last night, or yesterday I should say, and I had all 3 grandkids, including Jaden, because he didn't have school. He doesn't have school on Fridays where he goes. He goes to kind of a different type of school, and they don't have school on Fridays. So now that I'm babysitting the grandkids on Fridays, I have all 3 of them on Fridays. And so yeah, it was interesting yesterday. Let's just put it that way. Yeah, there for a while, all 3 of them were testing my patience, shall we say. Levi just was not happy, and Mallory, oh my gosh, that's my youngest daughter. Maddie and Jaden were at each other's throats for a while, as brothers and sisters do. So I was just burnt out last night by the time Heather got here at 7:30. So I just did not feel like coming over here and finishing this picture up last night. Because once I get the camera all set up and you know, everything out, I like to record a few videos at a time. I have a number of videos I want to make this weekend yet, so I have stuff to put up for you guys next week, because it's really hard for me to record during the week now. I'm kind of shaky, if you've noticed. Bob and I just got in from mowing the lawn. Well, not really mowing the lawn so much as it was to chop up the leaves in the backyard. Lawn doesn't need mowing too much anymore because with it getting so cold here, the grass really isn't growing much anymore. But there's just tons and tons of leaves in the backyard from my beautiful big red maple. Oh, I love how that green pops against them red roses. Isn't that pretty? Ooh, I like that. Okay. Now I want to do pretty blue for this. Let's go with sky blue. Which one is sky blue? There we go. Wow. Good pick, Lisa. Good pick. So yeah, we were out mowing, getting all of them. And it's not only, you know, my tree in the backyard. Of course, red maple has the biggest, thickest leaves. They're buggers to get raked up or chopped up with the mower because they are such thick, big leaves. But the neighbors all have tons of maples and you name it. And I think I don't know how they do it, but I think somehow all their leaves end up in my yard. It's like they blow them over here or something. Just kidding. But there are quite a few in my yard. So, you know, those got to get all chopped up and off the lawn too. Or it would kind of kill my lawn over winter, and winter's hard enough on lawns up here in the northern states. It's not so bad if you have snow cover, a good snow cover before you get the super cold temps. Just like for farmers, they need the snow cover. As much as I dislike snow, it is weirdly a good insulating cover for when we get those, 20, 30 below temps. Because otherwise it really kills your grass and kills the farmers' crops that they, like hay and whatnot, that they use from one year to the next. Okay, let's do yellow inside of these, and I'm going to use yellow banana clip. Isn't that a goofy name? I love these ultrafine tip Sharpies. Been using them a lot lately. Matter of fact, I have one that has dried out, and that is my intergalactic indigo. So what I've been coloring in the other room, the ultra fine tip works so much better, but I had to get out my fine tip, and yeah, just doesn't work as well. So I'm going to have to get some of my ultra fines are starting to get dried out, so I may have to buy another set. Okay, what color do we want these little things? I don't know if they're supposed to maybe just kind of resemble petals off the flowers. But there's so much red up in this corner. Maybe I'll do this blue again. Just bring a little more of that blue in. Why don't we do that? And then we will, of course, when I'm shaky, this is probably not the best thing to do because these got fine lines here, not the big thick lines. And I came in with a couple of bad earaches. Anytime I'm out in the cold for any period of time, I get earaches. So I was waiting a little bit for those to go away. And they're better now. There. Okay, she is pretty much done. But yes, let's get out our paint and do some playing. Now, this is either going to work out really neat or it's going to be an epic failure. but who cares? It's a coloring page, and like they say, we learn by our mistakes. And why can't I get this open? I don't want to tear it. There we go. Okay. Alrighty. Now these are all different types of golds. They do have numbers across the top. 901, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Where this one is a white, and these are all different shades of gold. Oh, that was good going, Lisa. I thought 905. Oh, good thing they're numbered on the back too. I thought they were attached, but that's right. You can buy, if you run out of one, you can buy a replacement of just that color. So that's nice. All right, we won't do that again. I thought it said on the back the actual color, and maybe it does, but it's all in Chinese. So what would be a good gold? Maybe this one, huh? Okay, let's try that. I have a water brush here, a real fine tip. So I am just going to squeeze some water on here. I think we'll let that sit for a little bit because it's got to soften that up. Kind of wiggle it around a little. Oh, is there shimmeries? I think there must be like mica in this. Oh, is that pretty? I don't know if you can see it on camera, but it just shimmers as it flows in there. Probably can't see that. It's kind of gloomy out, so, and rainy, like I said, so it's, I had to turn my lights on. Okay, let's see what this is gonna do. Oh my gosh, is that pretty? Wow. Now these are kind of opaque, so I'm afraid I might lose some of, oh no, you can still see the black. I thought maybe, oh my gosh, that's gorgeous. Wow, I gotta use these more. That is so pretty. I can see with Christmas coming up, I'm going to use these. I am not that great with a paintbrush. Oh, that looks awesome. If I do say so myself. Oh, let me zoom you back in. You maybe could see it better then. Jeez. Can you see how that looks? Kind of hard to see it on camera. It is so shimmery. Oh my gosh. It's like gold in a square. Well, that makes sense. Gold bars, right? Okay, let's do her crown nice and shimmery. Boy, this almost makes me want to get out one of the other colors and do some enhancing. But I don't have anything the color of her dress, so oh my gosh. Oh, this is fun. Should have got these out a long time ago. Like I said, I'm just not that great with a paintbrush. Even a water brush. And but the only time I really worked with my water brushes was when I, oops, let's wipe that off, was when I first started working with my ink tints years ago. And then I always, you know, when I activated the ink tints or any of my other watercolors, I would use my water brush. Well, I have since found that activating it with my tumble blender works much better. Should we do the stars too? I'm just having so much fun. Now, I don't want to get my hand in that. Let's go ahead and do some stars just to see. Maybe I should have used a different gold for this. Once you get enough water in here and get this, you know, activated in there, so some of it's, you know, dissolved or whatnot. It's really easy to, wow, what a lot of shimmer to this. And I thought glitter gel pens were awesome. It's so pretty. Okay, shouldn't take us too long to do these, as long as I don't shake to death and completely go outside the lines. I do plan on starting another color in chat either today or tomorrow, and that will be coloring out of that. I recently did a flip through of Sun Life Drawing's latest coloring book, and it's a color by number World of Mice stained glass book, so we are going to color out of there. And whether I don't know, would you guys want multiple parts and have me color the whole thing on camera? Or should I just do my standard color in chat and then finish it off camera? Let me know in the comments below. You know, after seeing this, I really, well, maybe it is nice to have a base of yellow underneath. I was thinking, you know, that this would just go on top, but these are kind of opaque, but I'm saying but a lot, ain't I do think maybe it did help to have like a base of yellow underneath. Kind of hard to get up in these corners. Next time I do this, I gotta make sure I got a steady hand. Oh, that is so pretty. Can you see the shimmer? Oh, and I was off camera for that one. I'm sorry, guys. So yes, it is. Now it's really starting to rain outside. When Bob and I were mowing, it was raining, but it wasn't raining too hard. Lawnmowers were starting to get wet. Bob was using one mower and I was mowing with the other mower, and kind of met in the middle. But now the backyard looks nice again for a day or so. And we have one more star. And in a little bit, I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna record a couple videos now, and then in a little bit I'm gonna hop in the shower and we're gonna go out for supper. Try this new restaurant that opened up near us in the next town over. How does that look? Let's put a little shimmer in the flowers, dots in the center, as long as we got the gold out. Oh, those will take a while to dry. Let's see if I can get some of that back off. Gotta make sure I leave this book open for a while. Didn't mean to get that much on there. Okay. Oh, she's so pretty. Okay, I don't think I need to bling bling anything else. But can you see that? You see all the shimmery stars? That paint is so pretty. Now, yes, it was kind of messy on some of the stars. I went over the black line a little, and because they are opaque, not totally opaque, but kind of, you can kind of see where I went over. But Oh, that is pretty. I think that added quite a bit to the picture. So yes, we have some bling bling on the picture now. I love how her crown turned out. And with that red and that blue in there, boy, that really looks nice, if I say so myself. So yeah, that I'm gonna let this dry out before I put it away. So that is our picture. I think she looks pretty. I don't know if I especially love what I ended up doing in here. I just thought it would look neat with the rainbow colors out here, but maybe I should have stuck to this color scheme. So I guess that's the only thing I really don't care for in this whole picture. I love how these flowers turned out, the roses. I'm so glad I went with those two shades. But yeah, so there's our pretty little princess. I thank you for watching this video, and I hope you enjoyed this color along. If you did, please hit that thumbs up button and subscribe if you are new to my channel. Again, I hope everybody's having a terrific day, and as always, happy coloring. Bye guys.